This is Josh with Scout Reviews.
And I'm Travis.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget.
Hey, welcome to Scout Reviews. I'm Josh.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Stacey.
You did it yourself this time.
I did.
Stacey is our guest again today. She came and has done some rye with us, and now she's gonna do some scotch. If you remember, Stacey's not a whiskey person, so we've had fun with this.
Baptism by fire.
And what we're doing today is some Highland Park 18 year, the Viking Pride. Now,
I like the name.
this has been drank by me. It is a very delicious scotch.
I feel like I've had a glass of that too at one point.
I think you have to.
Mm-hmm.
But we have not had it on the show, so I figured we would do a review because I've never stripped it down to see, what tasted like what. I just drank it and went,
This is really good.
So that is what we're doing today. Questions?
So I'm not, obviously well versed in Scotch. So can you tell me a little bit about
All right. Nerd!
it?
All right. So Scotch
Okay.
has to be from Scotland.
Okay.
100% malted barley.
Malted barley.
Now,
Okay.
what varies? It varies by the regions in Scotland. How they dry that barley, prepare it.
Okay.
So the age-old method is roasting it over, or putting it into a big kiln and then blowing peat smoke over it to dry it. This one was just dried with a more modern method, not peat. So Josh likes it. He doesn't like peat. He makes all sorts of faces when there's peat. I love peat.
Okay, Pete.
But
Peat.
this is
P-E-A-T.
This is
Peat.
not a peaty scotch,
It's not a peaty scotch.
but yeah, aged in sherry oak or I think it's varied. I actually do not recall off the top of my head exactly the oak, but yeah, generally oak barrels, can be sherry oak as well. They've gotten a little creative with it in the past as well, and I believe a lot of them are using old bourbon oak barrels. So it's kind of fun.
Spot on. Do you remember where they're located? What part of Scotland?
I do not actually.
Okay, that'll be in the description because I do not remember off the top of my head either. Because different parts of Scotland.
So it's a Highland.
It's a Highland, obviously. It's a Highland Park. But different parts of Scotland, when they make their scotch, they end up with vastly different flavors of scotch. They can be the same, mash bill, I guess we would call it, for scotch. And it's going to taste completely different just because of the location, because of the water, because of the fire.
You want to see Josh make faces? Give him an Ardbeg.
Gross. All right.
Delicious.
So,
we were going to have it on the show and somebody drank it all before we got there. Anyway.
wasn't me.
Twas I.
All right.
I am the
Please choose your weapon.
problem. Why don't you pour them up for us?
I will. I'll start with yours.
Thank you. It has a short neck. I'm scared of those. Yeah. Bad things happen. Yeah. And this is really good whiskey, so I don't want to spill.
This is actually fairly easy to pour.
So you're saying I was a wuss for no reason?
That's how it goes normally. But then I give her too much.
Oh, I forget how good this one is. Highland Park whiskeys tend to be on the pricier side, but I've had a few, and I would say they're worth it. Sorry, I'm monologuing here while he's pouring.
I can smell it from here.
So we have an earlier video called Highland Park Fire.
Ooh, yeah.
That is one of my favorite scotches ever. and it's just a 15-year. Yeah, it's up there. Now that was a I don't know if we'd call it a limited release. It was a once upon a time release, and that was it.
And it was amazing. So definitely recommend you watching that one.
Now this is an 18-year. It can legally vote, and
But it can't own a gun in some states now. Oh well.
we don't talk about those on this show.
You have to hit the beat button.
Not at the.
So I get
not
some-
at the bar.
Get some bitter cherry or bitter chocolate with cherry.
Yeah, definitely a little bitter
A
chocolate.
little bit of smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I can smell smoke.
A little of that seaspray.
Oh yeah. Some nice, very typical Scotch nose. A lot of leather, little oak in there.
It's a hearty Scotch. It's
Mm-hmm.
thoughts.
I smell smoke. I definitely smell
Is that
smoke
all you're getting right now?
right now.
Okay.
I think as far as for like Scotch goes, which I'm not too familiar with, but there is some sort of maybe I don't know if it's a raisin or a cherry note at the end.
I was getting cherry.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely cherry.
Okay.
Good.
Do you smell chocolate? It would be. I got bitter chocolate. Like
Yeah, objection. Leading the witness. I'm just messing with you.
I know you.
Chocolate. Not smelling the chocolate. Not
Okay.
yet, at least.
Well, that is okay. Travis, you get anything on top of?
I'm gonna add the leather notes to that.
Yeah,
and
the
then,
leather.
You know, definitely some.
Like licking me a piece of leather every now and then.
Mhm. And honestly, like a little, almost cigar ash in the background. Not in a bad way.
I get it. I get where you're coming from, but I wouldn't pick cigar. I don't think.
It's not acrid. It's more sweet smelling.
Yeah, that's.
Mm.
And I don't know what tobacco product is sweet smelling.
Well, let's dive right in.
All right.
Woo.
Oh yeah. Interesting. Really interesting.
There's a lot more peat on this than what you smell.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, this is kind of like my line for peat.
Interesting because it's not very peaty. I'd go straight to more volcanic ash, almost in the flavor.
Maybe that's what I'm tasting.
Yeah.
So
I haven't ever licked a volcano, so.
I definitely taste the ash. What is the
Am I the
peat?
only one that's not eating like ash in this world? I mean,
You never it blows in your mouth. Come on. So peat will smell it. It will taste a little more grassy, seaside, acrid. It's hard to describe. We'll have to come up with a good peated whiskey. I should buy another Ardbeg just so Josh can.
as your going away thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see that maybe in the middle.
I taste the chocolate. I taste that bitter chocolate.
Try putting it kind of on the back of your tongue when you take a sip in.
When I do.
It burns a little bit more when you do it that way.
Yeah.
He didn't warn you about that part.
You're not supposed to take it all down at once. Just, you know. Nice little introduction to the back of the tongue. Let it kind of swirl around back there, and it kind of comes off a little more. You get that chocolate, a little more. I won't say
Burnt cherry.
bitter, but that's the cherries, the
Burnt.
bitter.
Burnt cherry.
Burnt cherry.
It's really smooth though. I mean, this really doesn't have a burn to it. It really is a nicely balanced
No, it's very
burn
smooth.
and very long finish. Good mouthfeel, good body on
I
it.
believe it's only 42%. I mean, most scotches are 40. That's 43.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fine scotch. It really is.
It's very good. It's absolutely delicious.
Mhm.
Do you want to guess price on Highland Park 18?
180,
One what?
180.
Too much.
Ooh, 120.
120, 130.
Oh, that's good price. Good price range.
Now that's MSRP.
Yeah.
Or MSRP. Yes, MSRP. I said MSP earlier.
Mm.
Ah,
Manufacturer suggested price. Same thing. I didn't even. I just roll with it.
that was also probably, we're coming up 9-10 months ago
Mhm.
when this was purchased. So that was 2022. Prices have definitely shifted since then. I do
Shifted up.
believe it's 150-ish is where it's at now.
I still say it's a good buy.
I'm okay with it there.
Mm-hmm.
I like it better, obviously, at a lower price.
Yeah. Honestly, their selection's well worth trying. They have some barrel strength. They have some other additions as well. That are special editions. We've tried that one here, but there's a few others additionally that are well worth trying. Again, on the pricier side, I think they're worth it. They do a lot of attention to detail with these.
Yep.
And they come out this very fine.
It's very good.
I mean, I love the mountain range at the bottom. That's cool.
Oh, the bottle is
that's
all.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the Viking touch on it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool.
It's a great
Very
theme.
cool.
And then I was talking about there, you can kind of see a little topography on the bottom. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but it's a very nice presentation.
Yeah.
So, thoughts on your first
First-
nice scotch?
Yes. I was not expecting the smoke, the ashiness of
Mhm.
it. I think as far as for overall, it's definitely different than what I'm used to drinking. And I think that is probably the ash. Now, is that something that I should expect in a scotch?
It varies, honestly.
Okay.
Yep.
So sometimes they go for a smokier, more hearty finish. Sometimes they go for a more oaky, sweet, smooth finish.
Okay.
It really varies.
Depends on if it's single barrel or
Yeah.
blended.
Blended, like Johnny Walker, always kind of goes for more sweet malt.
More
Um,
vanilla.
Yeah. And they enhance that with their own blends of different whiskeys to get that profile. For these, where they're single malt and not blended, these are going to be a little more subjective based on what the master distiller is going for.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can have several different profiles from different distilleries based on how they finish the bottle, how they age it. And,
Yeah.
I can get really nerdy and go on about this for a while.
You can. You really can. All right.
My bad.
Well, next time you're on our show, we're going to introduce you to another scotch.
Okay.
We'll see what you think of that one. That one's legally allowed to drink, just so you know.
Okay.
Mhm.
For all of you at home, if you have the opportunity, absolutely get a pour if you can. For those of you that, you're Scotch people, you probably already know about this.
Oh, yeah.
If we missed something that you're used to tasting, please let us know in the comments. Again, education is awesome because even though we might do our research online after videos and whatnot before we post up, there's still stuff that we miss out on because some things just have so much information. We might miss it. You guys bring it up and it's like, oh, cool. That's awesome. Thank you. So don't drink and drive. Be a good person. And that's going to be it for me. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
All right. That's it. I'm good.
All right. Well, I'm Josh.
Go for it.
I'm Stacey.
And I'm Travis.
This has been Scout Reviews. Have a great one.